In this video, we're going to build a fully serverless image recognition API using AWS Rekognition, a Lambda function, and an API gateway. By the end, you'll have an endpoint where you can post an image and get back a clean JSON response telling you whether it contains a bird, plus all the labels behind that decision. Let's take a look at the demo and then jump into the AWS console. So here's a demo of what we'll be creating. I have an image here of a bird and a cat, and I have Postman here with my AWS API gateway endpoint, and it's a bird detector. So we're going to send in an image, and it's going to detect whether or not it's a bird. We're going to go into the body, we're going to go into binary, and we're going to select a file. And the first image we're going to select is a bird. So you can see isBird is true, along with labels. Labels saying it's an animal, it's a bird, confidence numbers. Next, we're going to demo a file that is not a bird. So I have this cat image. We're going to open that up, and then isBird is false. And this is based off the labels. So it's looking through the labels to see if anything was labeled as a bird, and it is not. You can see animal, mammal, pet, cat was labeled, but nothing as a bird. So let's get started building this in the AWS console. And this is the AWS architecture we'll be using. User will send an image to an API gateway. The API gateway will call a Lambda function, and that Lambda function will send the image to Amazon Rekognition, which will then send back the labels. The function will then send back the response all the way to the user. We're going to start off with creating the Lambda, and then we'll create the API gateway, and we'll be able to test it along the way. So let's get started. All right, so I'm here on my AWS console homepage. First thing we're going to go to do is create the Lambda, a serverless function. We'll search it up here. Lambda, run code without thinking about a server. So essentially you just get to create code that runs without having to create the whole server framework. So we hit create a function. We're going to author from scratch. We're going to call it bird detector. We're going to use node, and everything else will stay default. Let's hit create function. All right, so it's loading up. It's creating the function. You can see it in the background. It just finished successfully. You get this pop-up saying set up local development. So if you click on this link, it will take you to VS Code, and then through VS Code, it'll either prompt you to install the AWS toolkit, but it will log you in with your AWS credentials, and it will allow you to edit this code, this Lambda function in VS Code, and push that directly to AWS. So this is a great feature. We're going to go ahead and use it. So I'm going to click open VS Code, and then on VS Code, it says allow AWS toolkit to open up the URI, and we'll hit open. And we'll just say, yes, we trust the author because we are the author. We'll close this over here. So this is the README, I guess, from the Lambda. We'll close this as well. But this is my bird detector, and this is the default index that it has created with it. So looks good here. Let's head back over to AWS, and we'll hit close on this. We could close this out up here and scroll down. So here's the code. It's the exact same code that we have on our VS Code. So that's just a great feature. You don't have to edit it here. You'll be able to edit it in VS Code and push. All right, so before we start coding our Lambda function for the bird detector, we're actually going to create our API gateway. So if we go over here back to the home page, we search API gateway, and then we're going to go and create an API. And there's many different types, but we're going to stick with the first one. We're sticking with HTTP API. And this will be bird detector API. And we'll scroll down, hit next, hit next. The stage name will be default. That's fine. Auto deploy is fine as well. And we'll hit next. Everything here looks good. Let's create. Great. So we've created our API, And now we have to create endpoints or routes for that API. So let's hit create. This one we're going to do a post, and we're just going to call it isBird. We'll hit create on this one. And so it's created the post route for it, but there's still nothing in it. So if you click on the bird and you click on post, you'll see these options here for authorization. We're not doing authorization. This is more just a proof of concept. We're going to do integration. So we're going to integrate it with the background resource. So let's hit attach integration. And then we're going to say create and attach an integration. And then now the integration type is a Lambda function. Perfect. And we scroll down a little bit, and it's going to look for the function to give me all of the options. Right now we only have one. That's our bird detector. Looks good. Everything else we can leave default, and we'll hit create. All right, so it looks good. Everything has been updated successfully. You can see our post method here for isBird, and it's connected to Lambda. All right, so now we want to actually get our URL. So we'll go to our deployed, and we'll go to our stage, and we'll select our default, and it gives you this. It gives you my URL that we can use. So I'm going to copy this, and we'll go to Postman to invoke that endpoint and see what gets returned. All right, so we're on Postman. Let's go ahead and paste that URL. Remember, it's got to be a post request, and it's just isBird. We're going to hit send. And we get this. So we get this hello from Lambda. Right? So this is what our Lambda function currently is. This is our basic Lambda function. If we go to our VS Code, we can see that. It returns to 200 with the hello from Lambda. And when we go back to our Lambda function, we can see that it's hello from Lambda. And another good thing you could do is you could test it separately. If you go into the test section, you can create your own test, but if you just hit test, it'll do it with this default event. But you can see we get a status code 200, hello for Lambda. All right, good. Everything's set up from AWS wise. So let's start coding and let's set up this Lambda to make that Amazon recognition request with an image. So there's one more thing we need to do for the Lambda function. We need to go to the configurations. You'll see the role name here. This was created when I created the function. And we need to add permissions to it. So right now, as you can see, the only permission policies it has is the Lambda basic execution. Like we said, we want to do AWS Rekognition. So we go to Rekognition, and we're going to do this Amazon Rekognition full access. And we'll hit add permission. So now this Lambda will have the ability and the permission to access this Amazon Rekognition for image recognition. All right, so let's start coding our Lambda function. We can get rid of this to do. We're going to make our own list right now. So first thing we need to do is receive the image. After we receive the image, we need to send to rec to get labels. After we get labels, we need to find if has bird labels. And then finally, this response here, return if it has bird and all labels. So those are the 4 steps we're going to do to implement this image recognition Lambda. Right at the top, I'm going to do an import. So I'm going to import this recognition client and this detect labels command. And we're going to do a constant rec equals new recognition client with an empty object. so that we can use that recognition client. So in our handler, we have this event and we need to get the image. So we'll say constant image equals event body. So through Postman, it's going to send the image in a base 64 in the event body. So we're going to need to buffer that. We're going to do buffer dot from, to connect these, and we're going to say from the event body, and we're going to tell it that it is base 64. And then, so now we have our image. All right, so next we need to send this to the recognition client, and we're going to use detect command for that. So we'll do a constant detect. This equals await that rec service, that rec that we created, and we're going to send, and we're going to create a new detect label command, my first one up here, and parentheses, and we're going to actually use the object inside of this one. So first thing we need to do is the image. So we need to attach this image in here, and we're going to tell it this image is in bytes, and this is our image here. Next we need to do is max labels. This is just to control how many labels we get returned. And we're just going to say 10 for this one. And then finally, we're going to add a minimum confidence. And this is going to be a percentage value, 70%. So it's got to be pretty confident about what it's labeling to return it. So finally, we need to see if it has a bird label. So to do this, we're going to get the labels from the detect command that we sent out. So we're going to create a constant labels detect dot labels. Actually, this is a capital L. Labels. And then additionally, we want to see if there is a bird, so we're going to need a Boolean for that. So we'll say a let's has bird label equals false. We'll start off with false. So we'll create a for loop to loop through these labels. Constant label of labels. And then we'll say if the label dot capital name equals bird, we're going to say has bird label equals true. And then we're going to do one more thing. So this label object is going to have parents, and that parent is going to be an array of labels. So we need to get that. So for each label, we need to get the parent. It's capital S or capital P with a plural S. And then, so that is an array of labels. And we're going to do the sum function on that array. And we're going to say for P for parent, arrow function, if the parent name equals bird, we're going to do the same thing. Has bird label equals true. So this would be if the label is a hawk, a parent label might be a bird. And I'll demo that when we look at all the labels. All right, so finally, we need to look at our response. So we're returning a status code 200, which is good, and a body with a JSON stringify. Now, one more thing we should add is a header. This will help for Postman to format it as JSON so it'll look prettier. And then we're going to replace this here in the body, and we're going to create a new object. And we're just going to have two things. Is bird, which would be our has bird label object that we created up here, variable. And then finally, we're going to return labels, which will just be the labels from up here, this constant. And that's it. So let's go ahead and save this. When I hit Control Save, ask you to deploy that Lambda, and we'll head over to Postman to test this out. All right, so back on Postman, we're still on our isBird URL. To send an image, we're going to go into body, going to go into binary, and you're going to select the file. I have two images here, so I have a cat and a bird. Let's go ahead and select the bird one first and hit send. And it worked. So you can see here, isBird is true, and it provides all the labels. So the first label is animal and pets, or categories, animal and pets. The name is animal. So that one wouldn't be true. Second label is the same category, but it says bird. So this is probably what triggered true. And we can see here the parent is animal. Scroll down here. So this is one example I was saying. This label name is macaw, and one of the parents is bird or parrot. So that's why we're looking at the parent names or parent labels, because it could be giving us the specific bird, bird name or bird breed, and we're looking for bird in general. And what is this one? Parrot, with the same thing, bird and animal. So let's try this one more time. I'm going to select a file, and I have a cat image here. We'll hit send. isBird is false. So it's just a cat, my cat on my couch. But this is interesting. It's saying apparel, clothing. This is the number one, 99%. And it's because, I'll show you the image. It's because there's a picture of a boot in the background. And it's recognizing that footwear and putting that as the main reason, as the main label for some reason. Let's see if it says cat anywhere. This is cool. It could give you the box location. Do any of the other ones have it? They don't. And this is for the pet animal. Oh, cat. So we have cat here with parent, animal, pet. And same thing, mammal, animal, pet. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like, give me a subscribe. If you run into any issues, leave me a comment. I'll see if I can help you out. If you have any suggestions for other videos you would like to see, again, leave me a comment and I can maybe make it. See you in the next video.